Greetings, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube of the world, so welcome back to another amazing Kyle Minger Show video. Today, guys, I'll be doing a 4th episode review of Ahsoka, the series on Disney+. But before I continue on, if you guys are just new to the Kyle Minger Show, don't know exactly what I normally do, but for you returning subscribers, you guys know what I do. For you guys new people for out there on YouTube, I just do reviews for for Disney Plus, Netflix, when I go see movies in theaters, and sometimes I would do like other videos, like I'll do trailer reactions, unboxing videos, gaming videos, inferior videos, which I haven't done those in a very, very, very long time. I'll just stay tuned for the near future. There's going to be a lot more coming along the way, and also sometimes I will talk about movie news, like when certain movies will come out in certain times of the year. Or there's going to be any updates for other movies, like, Five Nights at Freddy's or a few other stuff out there. But just stay tuned in the near future because there's going to be a lot more content like that coming along the way. So, yes, today, guys, there's going to be a lot more Star Wars content coming on my channel. And I just absolutely love the Ahsoka series. I just love how it's, everyone is just watching it right now. And apparently it's the most watched series on Disney Plus right now. And it actually went #1 on the streaming services. Actually, in other shows from like Netflix and Paramount Plus. I can't name the other shows, but apparently this is the most watched series right now. And everyone, I saw from a post from Disney, it apparently has 1.3 million views and watched minutes from a lot of people around the world. It's the most loved series at the moment, and I gotta say, I totally agree. I mean, I love Ahsoka. I thought this show is very well done. Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau have really done themselves pretty well. Dave Filoni, especially because he's the one that created the show, and apparently in the next episode 5, apparently next week when it gets released, they're also going to be releasing it in selective theaters in the States and internationally. So I don't know if it's going to be coming to Canada. I would love to go see episode 5 in theaters with my buddy Wesley so we can both do a review, but highly doubtful it might come to Cineplex. Who knows for sure? But if it does, then obviously Wes and I will probably do a review for it maybe next week. If not, then you probably guys will just see me do a review for it in my room again. But anyways, guys, let's get started. I don't want to spend too much long with this video. So through the entire episode so far, everyone's been going ape crap about this episode because it's so insanely good that everyone is crying because one character to the very end, which I saw, and I was literally almost crying emotionally. Yes, but I was literally about to text Wes about it, and I know he already saw it already a couple days ago. But I was like, I was gonna maybe do it a bit later, but I was like, who cares? He probably knows what I'm talking about. But yeah, so literally everyone is getting super happy because, like I said, it's gonna get the 5th episode's gonna be premiered in theaters next week, which is gonna be kind of cool. So throughout the entire episode of episode 4, we've noticed that there's Ahsoka and Sabine are still talking to each other in her ship, trying to understand about her training, and all of a sudden, Hu Yang is outside trying to fix the parts of the ship so they can try to contact Hera so they can get some more resistance and more reinforcements to help them to get rid of this threat that Balin has with him on the planet of Ceto. And during the process, they after Hu Yang repaired the ship, he actually hears a sound in the forest because in the planet they're on, they're all surrounded by their enemies. So they get ambushed by these assassin droids, and then Ahsoka and Sabine kind of heard this commotion. But when the ship got shut down, they went outside. They have a little battle. They take all the assassin droids, and Hu Yang decides to hang back, tries to fix the ship so he can try to commune with the others in space. So Ahsoka and Sabine run through the forest. They're going towards the map Arctic like ancient area where they activate the map so they know where the coordinates are, where to find Thrawn or Ezra. So they're heading there where Balin is, but they get stopped and come across by the apprentice Shin and the Inquisitor. So Ahsoka fights the Inquisitor and Sabine fights Shin. So Shin and Sabine have a little fight between each other again, and Ahsoka is fighting the Inquisitor. And I know a lot of people have been saying that the Inquisitor might be Starkiller in disguise, but after a few minutes of Ahsoka, fighting with the Inquisitor, she slices the Inquisitor right in the chest, and then all of a sudden this green gas-looking stuff comes out of his body. So something tells me that the Inquisitor dude may not be Starkiller. I have no idea for sure, but just the way how that happened, I'm speculating it may not be. But knowing me, in the near future, they probably will be adding Sam Witwer's Starkiller in the show, either in this show or into another Star Wars series project. But anyways, let's continue on. So after that, Sabine still continues to fight Shin, and then Sabine tells Ahsoka to go find the map and take it. So Ahsoka goes off, and Shin's like, "You made a bad mistake." And then they continue the battle. Ahsoka gets to the area. She comes across as Balin, and Balin says in his own words, "Anakin spoke really highly about you," which I don't know how Balin in particularly would say something about Anakin, because I don't know, because I tried to remember from Rebels how when Balin was younger training with Hu Yang and in the other Jedi younglings, I remember there was an episode where the younglings were being protected by either Anakin in some way. I'm trying to remember. I think there was. I just can't remember which episode in particularly, but I think there was an episode where Balin did came across Anakin, and I think Anakin did speak a lot of things about his apprentice, and I think that's probably why Balin in particularly said that to Ahsoka, so he can get Ahsoka mad enough to fight him, which they do fight against each other, and at the very end of the climax, she got defeated by Balin by going over the cliff of where the map marker area. She just fell over, and I don't know if she fell in the water, but during that process, she kind of knew that Sabine was either defeated by Shin, but she ended up showing up, grabbing the map, was able to shoot the map, was going to shoot the map that she had in her hand, but Balin, on the other hand, decided to persuade her and say, don't do it, because he knows in the Force that she's trying to look for Ezra. So now when he just decides, okay, I know you want to see your friend, your long lost friend. I can help you so you can see him again. So he was able to persuade her to give him the map so they can use it to finish the sequence, the sequence that Morgan is trying to walk the coordinates so they can get to where they're going to find where Thrawn is, and when the computer on the big eye of Zion or whatever that was called, they were able to unlock the coordinates, and then after Balin uses his lightsaber to destroy the map so nobody can follow them. So I don't know if Hera and the others would find out where they're going, because they went into freaking hyperactive with their big giant ship thing, and it was kind of cool. The Morgan kind of did the thing with how that one chick from The Last Jedi, how she went into hyperspace and she cut through the Star Destroyer. It was kind of the same thing with this episode, but the Eye of Zion was able to destroy a few TIE Fighter New Republic ships. But the good thing, the Phantom and two other X-wings were able to survive. But it was like, they did kind of the same thing they did with The Last Jedi, but it was more not so destructive. But it was still pretty cool. So yeah, Sabine does end up going with Shin, Balin, and Morgan so they can find where Thrawn is. And I bet you anything in the next episode we might be seeing Thrawn and it's probably gonna be freaking awesome. And like I said, there's only 8 episodes of the show, so we only got like a few more episodes to go. Ugh. But and then after that, we got to discuss this one long thing about the end of the episode of episode 4, and that is Ahsoka ended up being into the world between worlds. What kind of happened to her between her and Ezra in that one episode in Rebels, where Ezra was able to save Ahsoka from the fight between Darth Vader and her, and so me is thinking, like, how did she get there? I know Ezra kind of. I think he kind of went. I think he. I'm just trying to remember that episode particularly. Like, I think Ezra fell into the world between worlds through the Force. I think I can't remember in particularly. And then he was able to pull. And then in that episode, he was able to pull Ahsoka through that doorway, saving her from Darth Vader. So I don't know if what happened with Ahsoka. I don't know if she accidentally used the Force and she saved herself by going into the world between worlds, or someone in the world between worlds saved Ahsoka by grabbing her and pulling her into the dimension. And I think who I mean by in particularly, because when we continue to watch the end of that scene, she heard somebody say, "Hey, Snips," and I'm just like, wait, there's only one man in particularly who calls Ahsoka Snips. And then we continue on with the scene, she turns around, and who do we see? Anakin freaking Skywalker. Oh, our boy Anakin shows up, and when she says Anakin, he does this little smile smirk like he did in the last episode of Ahsoka. In the last episode of Rebels, because that was the last time that Ahsoka saw him, was when he did that smile / smirk thing. And at the very end of the episode, it played the Darth Vader theme. I was like, wait, why did it play the Darth Vader theme? So I'm thinking, what I've been hearing from a lot of people saying it may not actually be Anakin Skywalker. Because apparently there's a book from the Revenge of the Sith kind of thing where there's a spot where actually Ahsoka and Primal Anakin Skywalker actually fight each other on Mustafar. So I don't know if that's the way they're gonna be going for the series, but highly doubtful. But I just know a lot of people, when we see this episode 5, there's gonna be a good interaction between Anakin and Ahsoka, and it's just gonna be an amazing feeling seeing those two in live action, especially seeing the world between worlds in live action, because the last time we saw the world between the worlds was Rebels, and it looks freaking fantastic. It's like, oh my god, I was just like giggling like a little schoolgirl nerd, or giggling like a freaking boy nerd. I was like, yes, Anakin! I was like, oh my god. But yeah, it was so cool, guys. I was just like, this is just an amazing thing to see our boy, our king, Anakin Skywalker return on the big screen, like we did see in the Obi Wan series, which they kind of de-aged him a little bit to feel the part. But I don't know if they kind of did do the same thing with this. They kind of did it just slightly a little bit, but they did make him just slightly a little older, because how he was a little older than Ahsoka from the Rebels show and Clone Wars. So they did make him slightly older, so it would actually fit particularly with the show. But yeah, I just thought that was kind of cool to see him back on screen. It just looks absolutely amazing. And I literally can't wait for episode 5. I'm just like tingling in goosebumps right now, and I'm just like, oh, this show is freaking awesome, man. Dave Filoni, man, you are the greatest person ever on this planet. You should be the freaking president of LucasArts right now, because like I said the last time, Kathleen Kennedy's gone. We don't have a president right now for LucasArts. So I think Dave Filoni should fill that spot. So I think for the rating for this episode, I'm gonna give it a spot on 5 out of 5, 10 out of 10. I don't give a damn. This is freaking awesome. Oh my god. Woo! So that concludes my review for Ahsoka Episode 4, guys, and there's really nothing else I really want to say about it, but I'm really happy we get to see Anakin again. It was just really awesome he got to say Snips, because they've been waiting for a long time to throw, Clone Wars and Rebels into canon, which they kind of are, and this by throwing it into live action was just truly amazing, because we never actually had an interaction between Anakin Skywalker and Ahsoka before, because we always saw them in the animated feel, and right now, a lot of people are geeking out because they finally did it. They finally decided to do it, and it's just freaking awesome. Ooh, yeah, baby! Woo! So, thank you guys for watching. That concludes my review for Episode 4 of Ahsoka, and stay tuned for next week, because the next episode is going to be more awesome, I just know for sure. So, hit the subscribe button. Hit the notification bell so you guys get notified when I do upload on the Kyle Minger Show. And stay tuned for more bonus videos, because there's going to be a lot more coming along the way soon, because I've been playing a lot more, I've been trying to play a lot more games. And I know I keep on saying it, but I haven't touched Tears of the Kingdom for a little while, but I'm going to soon, because I've just been busy with a lot of shows going on that have been coming out, so I haven't really touched it in a while. So I'm going to try to do a review for it soon as I possibly can, but it's just it's been hard lately trying to play some games. So I know it's been a long while since the game's been out, but it just takes time, okay? Thank you. So that concludes it, guys. Thank you guys for watching. May the Force be with you, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.